Gabriel has broken his silence about Joe Flacco being traded, and he has some things to talk about with Shedeur. Guys, and there's some more Cleveland Browns drama, dog. And in words of Coach Prime, we don't really care about the Cleveland Browns, but we do care about Shedeur. So we finna report on this whole situation. So we all know Joe Flacco got the boot of a lifetime, man. They got him the hell out of Dodge in Cleveland and sent him up the road to Cincinnati. Well, I guess what? I am here to tell you that Dillon Gabriel broke his silence about the matter, and he had a lot of stuff to say.
Dillon Gabriel went from grinning in team photos to secretly Googling how to survive a quarterback takeover. Because guess what? Shedeur Sanders just swooped into that QB2 spot like it was preordained. And with Joe Flacco shipped out, the energy in the locker room flipped overnight. Now it's awkward smiles, competitive tension, and a whole lot of nervous glances during drills. Did Shedeur just upend the Browns' entire QB hierarchy before Week 1 even kicked off? Oh, buckle up. Things are about to get spicy.
Yeah, found out we had, a QB meeting, got to talk to Joe right before he was heading out. But like I said before, I appreciate him. He's, a part of the journey, and this journey for me individually in the NFL. So grateful for him, and wish him the best of luck for sure. I'm not surprised by anything at this point.
If you're enjoying, please subscribe Shedeur Sanders to the channel. It helps more than you think. Dillon Gabriel just got a harsh reminder of one of football's golden rules. Never underestimate Deion Sanders' kid, especially when that kid happens to have a cannon for an arm, a highlight reel that feels endless, and the kind of swagger that could light up an entire stadium. Shedeur isn't just walking into the competition, he's owning it. And Gabriel's finding out the hard way what that really means.
Games will Dillon Gabriel last?
It depends on how he plays, obviously. And I thought he played decent in the other day against the Vikings. I really did. And I know I watched the show, and I know you guys were back and forth. He did. To be a rookie, to go overseas, to play in that environment, to make your first start.
Have you ever played abroad?
I never played, but I was a backup when we went abroad.
But you did.
Yes,
it's a lot.
Schedule
it's hell, man. I'm telling you.
And on top of that,
I don't care how long you've been playing. That's a hellacious schedule.
A Brian Flores defense, and that's no easy task. So,
for months, everyone joked that Shedeur Sanders wouldn't sniff the field anytime soon. Funny how quiet it's gotten now, because Shedeur's not just hanging around the facility. He's officially QB2 for the Cleveland Browns. That's one locker, one meeting, and one snap away from sliding right into Dillon Gabriel's spot. The pressure just got very real in Cleveland.
Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders should get every single snap in practice. You know why? Because in July and August, we had this dumb quarterback competition with 4 quarterbacks, and it stunted the growth of Dillon Zappy. Look, I'm getting them all mixed up between Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders because they had to share snaps with Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco.
Oh, how quickly the script flipped. This was supposed to be Dillon Gabriel's breakout moment. His chance to lead, quiet the critics, and finally show some swagger under center. Instead, he's become the guy anxiously checking his phone, hoping the depth chart hasn't been updated while he sleeps. The spotlight he wanted just shifted, straight to Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur is way better than Dillon Gabriel. He just is. If Shedeur had started from the start, game 1 against Cincinnati at home, they would be the talk of the NFL right now because I look at the fourth quarter yesterday, they go 0 for 4 on 3rd down because Dillon was playing not to lose. Don't throw it to them, don't put it on the ground. And he did a great job of that. But on one of those 3rd downs, you have to try to make a play to win the football game. And trust me, no matter what Stefanski called, Shedeur would try to win the football game because it's how he was raised. You're going to make a play because you were born to make a play.
Let's not grade it.
You can almost hear the anxiety in the air because Shedeur's presence alone changes everything. The cameras love him, the fans adore him, and the coaches can't stop smiling when he throws a perfect spiral during practice. It's like the team suddenly remembered what charisma looks like in a quarterback room. And let's be honest, The fan base already smells blood in the water. They've seen Shedeur Sanders work miracles under pressure, orchestrate drives like a chess master, and carry himself like a seasoned pro. They remember his college tape, the footwork, the poise, the precision, and they're whispering the same thing. Dillon's in trouble. Not a little trouble. The kind of trouble that makes your jersey feel a size too small. Because when Joe Flacco got traded, the vibe shifted faster than a fumble drill. Suddenly, that cozy QB2 seat became the hottest seat in the NFL. Everyone expected some backup to slide in quietly and hold a clipboard. Instead, in walks Shedeur Sanders, wearing confidence like cologne and smiling like he already knows how this story ends. You could almost see the expression on Gabriel's face during practice. That polite smile you wear when you realize the guy next to you might just be your replacement. The jokes got quieter, the warm-ups got longer, and suddenly everyone's talking about competition bringing out the best. Translation: Dillon better step it up before Shedeur steps right over him.
I agree with everything you said.
Okay.
My only concern, or what I believe is, it's really kind of going to come down to, because when you have a quarterback in, decisions are being made, not always just off the best thing for the team.
No.
It's almost like if them calls are coming from up top and Stefanski and that seat is getting hot and then that crowd is getting loud, we could see Shedeur sooner than the bye week.
Okay.
The best thing for him would be after the bye week, because I want it to be fair. Create something for him where now he has all of this time, because he's not going to leave and go. So he's going to be in that building because he's a football head. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the trash talk. Oh, Dillon Gabriel had a moment there when he thought he was untouchable. A few subtle digs, a few jabs about earning spots, maybe a smirk here and there. That works when you're the only guy in town. But now, every word is echoing back like karma with a whistle and a stopwatch. Because Shedeur doesn't respond with words. He responds with touchdowns, accuracy, and poise that makes defensive coordinators nervous. And when you're Dillon Gabriel, you've got to be wondering how it all flipped so fast. 1 week you're QB1 doing press photos and cracking jokes about chemistry. Next, you've got Deion Sanders' kid staring at you across the locker room like a lion studying dinner. The competition hasn't even officially started. And yet, in every fan poll, every sports debate, every comment section, Shedeur's already being crowned the future. It's not just hype, it's inevitable. Because let's face it, Deion Sanders didn't raise a son who settles for backup energy. He raised a brand, a competitor, a showman. And when Deion said his boy was destined for greatness, people rolled their eyes. But now, those same people are scrolling through stats, clips, and press releases wondering how long before QB2 turns into QB1. And
Well, let's grade it fairly. That's all I'm saying.
I graded it fairly. Like,
You really want to, you said I want him to play bad so Shedeur could get
I do, but some teachers might want this kid to do bad, but when he turned that test in, she just got to grade that.
I believe Shedeur's better as well. But if we're going to grade, stop grading with bias.
All right,
Shedeur,
grading
I
without
wanna see
bias.
him.
QBR for the game. Dillon Gabriel was a 38 on
He
scale of
had
0
a
to 100.
rookie after 3 days of
QBR
practice.
don't lie, man.
Doesn't lie.
Take the name off of it, bro. Just look at the numbers. The stats say the QBR was a 38.
You're talking to Mr. Take the name off of it. I'm the one who took.
And Cleveland fans, oh, they're loving every second. For years, they've begged for excitement at the quarterback position. Someone dynamic, young, hungry. Shedeur fits the bill so perfectly it's almost cinematic. Every pass he throws feels like a statement. Every practice rep feels like a trailer for what's coming next. You can practically feel the tension building, like a movie where the audience already knows who the real hero is. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel's trying to act calm. He's smiling through interviews, saying all the right things, pretending he's not hearing the buzz. But deep down, you know it's eating at him. Because this isn't just competition, it's legacy pressure. You can't out-charm a Sanders. You can't out-swag him. And you definitely can't fake composure when someone's shadow is that bright. The Browns coaching staff has to be grinning behind the scenes. Competition like this, it's gold. They've got one quarterback desperate to prove he belongs, and another determined to show he was always destined to lead. But between the two, one has that spark, the kind that can't be coached, The kind that makes defenses crumble and stadiums roar. And the thing about Shedeur is he doesn't do panic. He doesn't flinch under pressure. He thrives on it. Every time someone doubts him, it's like fuel. Every little piece of criticism turns into another highlight play. Right now, with the door cracked open thanks to Flacco's trade, he's ready to kick it wide open. Let's not...
Myles Garrett just told the truth about Shedeur Sanders. And what he said has fans shocked. This might be the first time we've heard how the team really feels about Shedeur.
Shedeur Sanders, as a veteran, what's impressed you the most on how he's approached the game?
The time he takes, showing up early. Coach's office is easily seen when you walk in the building, and almost every morning you see him in there, talking through plays, talking through schemes with coach, and making sure that he's ready for his moment when he gets called up. And I appreciate that level of maturity and attention to detail.
Let's not forget, this moment has been brewing since college. Every game, every headline, every sideline camera that caught Dillon cheering in sunglasses, it all built toward this. The belief that Shedeur wasn't just a name but a movement, a player built for big stages and bigger expectations. And now in the NFL, he's getting his shot to prove Dillon was right all along. And the poetic justice of it. Because somewhere out there, Dillon Sanders is probably smiling that smug, proud dad smile. The one that says, "I told y'all." He's been saying it for years, and now the world is catching up. Shedeur's not just another young QB. He's the headline, the showstopper, the kid who makes defensive lines rethink their life choices. Meanwhile, Dillon's PR team must be working overtime. Every practice rep is being dissected. Every wobble on a throw gets replayed in slow motion online. And the fans, they've already picked their side. You can't fight public momentum, and right now it's screaming one name, Shedeur. What's funny is how quickly fans can shift allegiance. A few practices ago, it was all Dillon this and Gabriel that. Now it's when's Shedeur starting. The guy hasn't even taken an official NFL snap yet. And the city's already printing mock jerseys. That's what star power does, it bends reality. And poor Dillon, he's stuck trying to prove he's still the man while the entire internet waits for his first mistake. Every incomplete pass becomes a meme. Every overthrown ball turns into a prophecy fulfilled. And every time Shedeur nails a deep throw in practice, the whispers grow louder. Dillon was right.
But this move is very popular, not for the reason of him going to the Bengals. I'm sorry, love the Bengals, but the real story here is Emmanuel Acho. We talked about him not being able to play this season, but Shedeur Sanders is now QB2 for the Cleveland Browns, and a path to getting on the field looks possible for the first time. He was interviewed at a car dealership. They found him. I mean, they tracked his ass down. I'm telling you right.
It's got to sting, especially after months of confident talk. Gabriel strutted into that QB room thinking he had time to settle in. Now, he's glancing over his shoulder mid-play, wondering if the coaches are grading him or just waiting for Shedeur to shine. That's not pressure, it's psychological warfare. And you can bet Shedeur's not making it easier. He's smooth about it, though. That quiet confidence, that calm smirk, it's like he's already visualized the next touchdown. He's not just competing for a roster spot. He's crafting a storyline. The young star who came for everything they said he couldn't have. The fans see it, the media sees it, even the defensive unit sees it. You can't fake that kind of energy. When Shedeur steps on the field, the tempo shifts. The receivers suddenly look sharper. The linemen block harder. The coaches stand taller. It's that contagious swagger that teams dream about. And it's driving Dillon Gabriel absolutely nuts. Because how do you compete with someone who doesn't seem to compete at all? Someone who just is. Shedeur walks like a QB1, talks like a QB1, practices like a QB1. The title just hasn't caught up yet. It's like watching a slow, hilarious takeover. Dillon tries to assert himself, calling plays loudly, rallying teammates, trying to lead. But you can tell it's forced. Meanwhile, Shedeur drops back, fires one perfect throw, and suddenly everyone's whispering again. It's effortless domination, nation.
The Cincinnati Bengals have just traded with the Cleveland Browns to acquire Joe Flacco. Ladies and gentlemen, that has Dillon Gabriel, who didn't play that badly this past weekend, as your QB1 with logically speaking, Shedeur Sanders moving up as your QB2.
And if you think this pressure's going away anytime soon, think again. Every sports show, every tweet, every highlight reel from here on out will compare the two. Every mistake Dillon makes will be followed by a split screen of Shedeur grinning on the sideline. Every interception will come with a caption. Maybe it's time. What makes it even funnier is how inevitable it feels. Everyone can see it coming except Dillon. He's still out there trying to act unbothered. But you can't fake calm when the guy breathing down your neck is a Sanders. They don't just want the spotlight, they are the spotlight. And this isn't some Cinderella story where Shedeur sneaks up out of nowhere. He's been waiting for this, training for this, manifesting this. When Joe Flacco left, that was the universe making room. Shedeur's story was always going to find a way into the NFL stage. Now, it just found the perfect stage to start. Dion's words are aging like fine wine. All that talk about discipline, legacy, and destiny, suddenly it's looking prophetic. Shedeur isn't here to play backup for long. He's here to take over, one throw at a time. And if Dillon Gabriel doesn't tighten up, he'll be the first casualty in the rise of the next big name in football. You can already picture it. That first moment Shedeur steps in mid-game. The crowd roaring, the commentators scrambling, the internet exploding. That's the kind of anticipation most players dream of. For Shedeur, it's just another day proving people wrong. And
is the number 2. I feel good about this. I did not like Joe Flacco being the number 2 behind Dillon Gabriel as the number 1. It was stupid. It was dumb to me. It was absolutely dumb. It made no sense. Shedeur being the number 2 means there is a viable path to starting. Now, it might take an injury to Dillon Gabriel. We wish that upon no man. But at least there is a viable path to starting when Shedeur Sanders is the number 2. Now, Gabriel has more pressure on him, I would suggest, than any quarterback in football, which is the wildest thing to say for a rookie making his second start. Because Shedeur Sanders, one of the most popular quarterbacks in all of the NFL, is hovering behind you. And the world's favorite player is a backup quarterback.
And the irony? All those little comments Dillon made, those cocky moments, those side jabs, they'll make perfect background music for the highlight reel when Shedeur takes over. The internet never forgets, and karma has an undefeated record in sports. So here we are. The Browns just accidentally created the most entertaining quarterback rivalry of the season. One man fighting to keep relevance, another ready to take it by force. The energy's electric, the stakes are high, and the fans are already choosing sides. But if history's any guide, there's only one way this ends. The same way it always does when a Sanders is involved. With a smile, a celebration, and a scoreboard that does the talking. Because at the end of the day, Shedeur doesn't chase opportunities. He creates them. And right now, Cleveland might just be watching the beginning of something massive. Dillon can talk all he wants. He can posture, pose, and project confidence. But deep down, he knows it. The coaches know it. The fans definitely know it. Shedeur Sanders isn't coming for the spotlight. He is the spotlight. And no amount of trash talk can outshine that. And that's the thing about Shedeur. He doesn't need to announce a takeover. He just lets the field tell the story. Every crisp throw, every calculated read, every confident step onto the turf says it louder than words ever could.
Joe Flacco has been traded to the Bengals, so that now makes Shedeur Sanders quarterback too. That's gonna make a lot of people happy because after Dillon Gabriel got put to QB1, Joe Flacco was the backup, and Shedeur Sanders was still QB3. So now that they traded Joe Flacco, QB2 would be Shedeur Sanders. Now, I do think it's crazy that people praying on Dillon Gabriel downfall. Not saying they're praying on injuries, but they hope that he don't play good so they can see Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur got a big name, he got a big brand, so people want to see him play.
Meanwhile, Dillon's still out there doing interviews about staying focused, pretending the whispers aren't getting louder. But everyone can see it. The nervous glances, the forced optimism, the quiet panic of a man watching his comfort zone evaporate. And with every passing week, the pressure builds. Shedeur's fan base multiplies. Reporters camp out at practice just to film his warm-ups. The city's buzzing, the locker room's shifting, and the inevitable feels one snap away. Dillon might still technically be QB1 on paper, but paper doesn't win games. Talent does. And when that talent has Deion Sanders' DNA and a chip the size of Colorado on his shoulder, the writing's already on the wall. It's only a matter of time before Shedeur turns that QB2 label into a footnote. Dillon talked a big game, but Shedeur's about to rewrite the playbook, one perfect pass at a time.